Welcome. We've got another edition of Bench Wisdom Bingo going on today. For those of you not familiar, I've got a bingo ball cage that's got 75 letters in there, and I've got a list of 75 questions, and they range from bench skills and techniques, industry and business questions, the nature of growth, greater meaning, and others. All of those start with the B-I-N-G-O. Again, bingo. So each letter or each number has a letter associated with it. So what I will do is randomly choose a ball out of the hopper, and then we'll see what kind of question it has on there. I'm gonna mix these up really good. Okay, I got this taped shut so that it doesn't randomly pull a number. And here we go. There is the number. The number is I-27. I is for industry and business. So let's see. I-27 says, what is the danger? What is the danger of underpricing your work? That's a good question. So a number of months ago, probably 3 months ago maybe, I did a video and I talked about how to price my work. And on that video, I also put a link to my webpage, JewelryMonk.com, where you can download a free Excel spreadsheet that helps you in pricing your work. You can track the metals cost, your materials cost, your stones, also the time and labor that you put into the piece. You can put the percentage that you want markup on there, and it'll give you an idea of kind of the ballpark that you want to charge if you just want to break even, and then you can put different percentages in there as far as if you want to make a certain percent on your pieces. And it's not set in stone, but it kind of gives you a guideline of your break even part, and just kind of helps you to get used to how to price your work. So that being said, every morning about this time I get a spam call. I'm just going to let it ring, and we'll go there because I'm not even open for another hour in my business. So we'll let it ring one more time, and then it should go to voicemail. Okay, so what is the danger of underpricing your work? You know, to me, there's a couple of dangers. One of them is to not break even. You're making jewelry, sure, you're having fun, you're doing it, but you're not making a profit. And the more you do it, the more overhead you're going to have. So you've got to cover those costs somehow. So, and the only way to do it is through selling your jewelry. So if you underprice your work, you're not breaking even. You're not paying for the cost of what you're doing, and it's just a hobby. Sure, jewelry making can be a hobby, and it can be a wonderful hobby, and it helps people to grow in their craft. But at some point, if you want to continue doing it, it can't just be a hobby. It needs to at least pay for itself and maybe pay for a little bit extra. So one of the dangers of underpricing your work is not making any money in your craft. And you need to do that. So again, you need to understand how to charge for your work so that you do make a little bit of money, so you can buy better tools or buy more tools, or like for me, I've got a little bit of overhead. I've got a shop here, so I've got rent, I've got to pay insurance, I've got employees, so I've got to cover payroll and all of the things that go with it, all the things you don't think about, the internet charges and the and again, the insurance and advertising and marketing and all that stuff. So all that stuff's got to go into it. So you've got to have a good understanding of what your costs and your overhead are, so that you can break down and pay for all that stuff through your work. But one of the dangers as well of underpricing your work is the value that you place on yourself as a jeweler. So you maybe say, oh, I don't want to charge that much because that just seems a little bit expensive. But other people are charging that. And if you just say, you know what, I don't want to charge as much as them, maybe, then mentally you're thinking, well, I'm not as good of a jeweler as other people, so I won't charge as much. It's like, no, if you are making jewelry and it is good looking jewelry and people are buying it, then there's a market, and you don't want to underprice your work, because it will have, again, the mental part of it. Well, you'll just say, oh, sure, I make jewelry, but I don't want to charge as much as those other people because they have been at it longer, or they do it better, or their jewelry looks better or something. No, you are a jeweler, and the more time you spend at your craft, the better you're going to be at it, and other people are going to value that. So you need to value your work as much as other people do, because they're spending that much or more money on other people's jewelry that maybe doesn't look as good as yours. But it's just a mental thing. So you need to, sure, go out there and look to see what a comparable price is that other people are charging, and then mentally say, okay, I'm in that league, I can charge that much, or maybe even a little more, So one of the dangers of underpricing your work is your own mentality of saying, you know what, I'm going to consider myself as a jeweler, maybe a professional jeweler, rather than just a hobbyist that makes jewelry and tries to sell it, So I think that's a bigger danger. Sure, one of the dangers is making jewelry and not making money so you don't cover your cost. Then you've got to go out and support that some other way. But I think the bigger danger is the mental game of valuing yourself as much as other people value what you do. And that's hard. I've been at this for 40 plus years, and it's still a struggle for me to charge what the market will pay. I tend to undercharge my work just because I enjoy doing it, and I enjoy seeing people get joy out of what I create. But that doesn't mean that I can charge a little bit more. And to me, I love making jewelry, and I love the business of jewelry. I dislike being a salesperson, because again, it's a mental game to me when you have to sell your work. Then I don't know, I don't enjoy selling. I enjoy creating, I enjoy marketing, I enjoy all the stuff that goes around it. But when it comes to selling, I don't know, I just don't enjoy that. And I probably should. Maybe I need to see a therapist, I don't know. But for me, that's one of the dangers of underpricing my work is because I don't value my work as much as other people value my work. And I've been experimenting here a little bit lately. I've raised prices on some of the things that I do, and when I did that, people don't even blink. They just say, okay, yeah, that's fine. You're still doing a better job than anybody else in town, and you're still charging less than they would. And to me, that still blows my mind. I don't want to be in, price battles with some of the larger chain companies in the area that do not as good as work as I do, but charge twice as much. And to me, I don't want to be there. I would rather do great work give a good value and still make a little bit extra so I can cover the things that I enjoy doing. I'm not in jewelry to be rich. I'm making jewelry to richen my life and enjoy the process of jewelry making. So there's the answer. What is the danger of underpricing your work? Twofold. One, you got to make money, but two, it's a mental game. You need to value yourself as much as other people value you. So, hey, thanks for stopping by for this bench wisdom bingo. And this is fun. I enjoy doing this. The random questions, just answering them off the cuff is to me, I tell others, when you're teaching, you've got to have a better understanding of what you do, because if somebody asks you a question, you can't just say, oh, I do it because that's always the way that I've done it, or because somebody taught me to do it that way. You've got to have a deeper understanding so that you say, I do this because of this or because of that. So you've got to know. So, and that's what this stuff does, is it sharpens my mind so that I can be a better person, a better jeweler, and serve my community well. So thanks for stopping by. And again, as always, go over to Patreon page and check it out. There's stuff over there that's going on that's not on the YouTube channel. And this week, I just launched a new Discord channel. So go check that out. It's called the JewelryMonk Guild. There's a bunch of cool people over there. We're having great conversations, showing off work and bettering one another. So again, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time. Take care.